Hello, hello, it's Wednesday. What's up? How are Facebook friends doing out there today? I'm speaking to you from Las Vegas, Nevada, where the weather is awesome. Hope your weather is good where you are too, and happy spring. Today's video, we're going to cover number 5 of the top 10 do-it-myself errors that we see most often in QuickBooks. I'm doing all 10, so we're halfway there. We've already covered 1, 2, 3, and 4. We'll do a quick recap on that shortly. But right now, I would like to meet you and tell you a little bit about myself so you know, maybe I know what I'm talking about. Who knows? So my name is Dita Clifton. I am the CEO and founder of TheOfficeSquad here in Vegas. We have the headquarters. And we are a small business management firm. We are awesome at virtual bookkeeping. That's the full charge stuff, everything from just teaching you how to use the QuickBooks yourself, all the way to taking care of your entire accounting department right here, virtually, using our own cloud, which we started in like 2008. So if you need some help with bookkeeping, admin, phone answering, advice on what you've gotten yourself into since you started your business, keep the Office Squad in mind. Now you know who I am. I would love to know who you are. So if you could, like in the comments below, put your name, your company. If you've got anything going on with questions, you can throw them in there and see if we can't answer them for you. Make your life a little bit easier. As I speak along here, give me some likes, say hello. I hate to be alone. So today we're going to cover number 5. But we're going to do a recap real quick of 1, 2, 3, and 4 if you missed those. So what we're talking about is the errors that, as a bookkeeper, we see in the QuickBooks file when we get it back, when we get that information from a new client. Things that they've done or their previous bookkeeper has done that's incorrect. And these are the top 10 things that we see. Number 1 was not understanding what the chart of accounts is. If you don't have any bookkeeping background and you don't know what a debit or a credit is, you probably are not familiar with the chart of accounts. When you get QuickBooks, you start up your data file, it asks you a bunch of questions. Those questions choose your chart of accounts. And that is literally kind of hidden in the background of your QuickBooks file. But I call it the backbone of your bookkeeping. And if it is out of sync, excuse me, if it's out of whack, the whole thing is out of whack. So you need to make sure you understand what a chart of accounts is and how the money flows in and out of that. Number 2 was the balance sheet. What is it? Why should I care? A lot of small business owners only look at the income, the expenses, and the profit at the bottom, or if there's no profit at the bottom. But there's a whole nother side to your financials, the balance sheet side. So if your chart of accounts is set up correctly, then your P&L will have your income and your expenses and your cost of goods, and your balance sheet will have your assets, your liabilities, and your equity. So if you're only looking at the P&L, but you're making payments on loans, or you're making payments on your assets, or you're taking owner's draws in equity, those funds are shown on the balance sheet. And you have to have both of them so you can see the true picture. Number 3 was reviewing. If you are not taking the time to review the data that's being put into your QuickBooks, you're gonna probably regret it, because 3, 4, 5, 6 months down the road, when you finally decide to take a look at it, you're not going to remember what all of those transactions were. And you may have a difficult time fixing any problems that you see. Number 4, we covered last week, was mixing business with personal. That is a killer. Make sure you have a business account and you have a personal account. Please do not write the mortgage payment out of the business account, or kids' tuition, or lunch with grandma. All of that stuff needs to come out of the personal. Well, how do I get it there? It's easy. Write yourself a check or take a draw from the business account, post it correctly as such in your QuickBooks, put that money into your personal account, and spend it however you want. So I think we're all caught up. Number 1, 2, 3, and 4 we've covered. And number 5, drum roll please, is not tracking credit cards correctly in QuickBooks. What? Well, if you are using credit cards, there is a way in QuickBooks to put that credit card into the QuickBooks account or data file just exactly like a credit card. It's not a check, it's not a draw, it's a credit card. So when you open your QuickBooks and you open a file, start a file in your chart of accounts, it asks you what type of account it is. There really is an option for credit cards. So you choose that, you put in your business credit card, not your personal credit card, because that's a whole nother story. But if you have a business credit card, you put it in your QuickBooks as a credit card. When you make a charge on that credit card, you go to the, I think it's the vendor pull down. It says enter credit card charges, and you put it in there. And then when your bank statement comes at the end of the month, credit card statement comes at the end of the month, you reconcile it just like a bank statement. All the credit card charges on one side, all the payments you've made to that credit card, everything is in the right bucket because you've expensed it out right, and you're using the right avenues of QuickBooks to put in your credit card charges. If you're making a bunch of credit card charges and the expense is for your business, it absolutely needs to be in there, and it needs to be in the right account, and it needs to be correct. So, that was 1 through 5. I have no idea how long it took me. Next week, we're going to talk about number 6. If you would like to jump ahead, or if you would like to go back a little bit, you can go to our website, www.TheOfficeSquad.com, scroll down to the bottom of the first page, the home page, and there's a spot there to download the ebook. It has all 10 in a little bit more detail. So thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see you next week on What's Up Wednesday. Have an awesome time.